How was it playing with Peyton?
Oh man, unbelievable guy. Smart, hard worker. I never saw anybody like a player like yell at a coach before.
Yeah.
And like to see that as a young, I was like, man,
This is confusing.
Yeah, this is like he was yelling at my coach, and not just any coach. He was yelling at my coach, and I was just like, wow, this is what it looks like to be that guy, that franchise guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, my first game, we're playing in Minnesota, which was my first NFL game that I played in the regular season, but also my first NFL game in preseason as well. So I was confident. I was punt returner, which I'd never done in my entire life. I'd never punt return. I never caught punts ever. But there was a fullback of mine, David Kirkman, out of USC at the time. He was like, "Man, you're good, man, but you gotta do something, especially once you try to go over there and catch some punts, man. Like you gotta do the more you can do." I was like, all right, I'm gonna try it. He's like, man, you need to go over there. So I ended up doing that, and that's what kept me. Like that's what got me. Yeah. So I was catching punts. I was dropping them in practice, but in the games I was catching them. And before every catch, to this day, that's one thing that I'm like really shocked. Like I did that. Like I don't know how in the world.
You know, they say there's no atheist in a foxhole. There's no atheist punt returner. That is a scary
100%. But even just catching punts, like what people don't, unless you've done it, that you don't understand as a kicker kicks a ball, and it changes if it's a right footer or left footer, right? Is it doesn't come straight up and straight down. It's literally like a boomerang kind of. It like arches, and if you're just listening, I'm doing it with my hands. So go on the YouTube and follow the Darren Woodson Show on YouTube, and then watch the episode.
Subscribe, like 5 stars. All
you want to see this, I promise. But it literally, and it comes down at an angle. So you're standing. If you're standing where it looks like it's coming down, you're not going to catch it. No. You got to literally be like a yard or two inside of where you think it's going to land. It's
not to mention you've got 11 grown men running
10
after
and a half.
you. 10 and a half.
10 and a half.
And the snappers.
But here's the scariest part is you have 20 guys running at you.
For sure,
So whether they have your jersey color on or the other jersey, every's running at you.
And they're not coming to be nice about it.
No.
They're coming with bad intentions.
Especially when the rules were just like really open to like you can like take a guy out.
That's right.
And we're not even talking about weather. Right, we're talking about a nice, pristine day. We're not talking about
inside
wind.
Indy.
We're not talking about rain, snow, none of that. So I'm like that was one thing that I picked up that allowed me to get picked up by Indy. So I was the punt returner and I back up running back. So that first game, the game comes down to a wire. Like it is a close game. It was us against the Vikings, and like I'm already like, this is my first game, and every prayer when I was back there, it was the same every time. I said, God, please protect me and protect the ball. And if it's not me, make sure you protect the ball because I cannot give the ball back. Like I cannot drop this ball. That's the main thing, God.
Yes.
So there was times, and if I go back to Google Images, like when I'm catching the punt, like the ball is in my pocket, in my hands, and I'm looking this way. Like I'm looking away, like at the defense, and it's like it just happened to fall into my in my lap. And at the time the game is on the line, we're down and down by like 1 or 2 points, so we got to go and get a field goal in order to win the game. Fourth quarter, so I've caught the punts that we've already. I think I may have caught 1 or 2 that we've had, and so now a couple seconds left to go on the clock. Justin, you got to go back there, catch the ball, and again, never in my life have I caught punts in a game, like in a real live game. Preseason I did, of course, but this is like on the line. Yeah. Peyton Manning is my quarterback. Yeah. People are watching on, millions are watching. The Colts are good. Like the Colts are
the team.
Yes,
the team in the AFC.
Yes, for sure. And so I'm going out there. I get the ball, I catch it, shrug off a guy, and I'm running probably like a 40-yard return.
No way.
Set us up to get the for the game-winning field goal. And I'm just like, ecstatic, and everybody was sideline. Like, I just met them this week. Like, the team, this is my first week with the team, so no one really knows me like that. I have one guy that I played with in college that was there, Matt Giordano.
Gio.
Yeah, Gio, a Fresno guy.
Yep.
So at the end of the game, my locker's right next to Peyton. I don't know how it worked out, but I got dressed right beside him, and he came over to me and was like, Justin, you won that game for us, man. He was like, I was like, sheesh, Peyton Manning just like.
Could we just please get that on camera? Just say, let's just reenact this. Say it one more time. I've got to get.
Slow it down, please. Talk slow.
Get my Motorola flip phone out real quick.
Exactly.
Man, that's awesome.
And I get on the bus. He's like, man, he won't offer me because he was like, one thing, he's like, he took care of his guys. Like, he's offering like beer. Yeah. Like, I don't drink, but I was like tempted to like try. Like, and then after that,
Peyton Manning offered me a beer. I'm gonna drink a beer.
And then that week, my wife was in town. That following week, and Peyton invited me out with the boys. And this was my girlfriend at the time. She came, and I was like, man, I don't want to be like this, because I'm thinking I'm going to be the only rookie, and this is like a rookie, like, type hazing type deal, and I don't see my girl often because she's traveling and whatnot. So I blew it off. And that's one of the things that I wish I could go back and, like, go out with it, because the next day he's like, man, you should have came out with us, man. We had a good time and